Okay, we're here. Hello. I'm just gonna go full screen for a second so I can talk to you. I'm just here to try and get some work done. Now, I'm working on setting up LazyVim on my computer. Now, it's led me to start designing a course for that. But, going down rabbit holes and things. So what I'm doing is coming in here and focus and getting the first part of that course down. I'm a Drupal dev, so, well, traditionally I'm a Drupal dev. I'm an entrepreneur now. I work for myself, but I've got some projects to work on, and for lots of reasons, I want to set up LazyVim and get NeoVim set up as an IDE for my own personal development work. Now, I've got a history of using PHP Storm. I've got a history of using Vim. For reasons I won't go into too in depth, prefer not to use PHP Storm or VS Code, which leaves me here in LazyVim world. Now, I do have experience with Vim. Even when I use PHP Storm, I put the Vim key bindings in. I much prefer them. And so it gives you a bit of an idea about my experience with Vim. But diving into NeoVim is not something I've ever really worked with. So I went live the other day. It was a bit of a mess when I went through getting my head around what's NeoVim, what do I need to install, how do I get it set up to start working as an IDE for use on my Drupal development projects. And so I went live, read a bit, came around, started to get the idea of what LazyVim is, and now in order for me to go down the learning curve of learning NeoVim from scratch, what features it's got, how the configs of LazyVim and NeoVim and everything all interact together, I decided to put that into a structured process for myself that I could follow. And if I'm going to do that, I might as well turn that into a course for other people. If I'm going to create the course, I might as well go live while I'm doing that. And this is where we are now, here going live as I develop the course about LazyVim, particularly for PHP developers, because that's what I am, and very specifically for Drupal developers, but I might drop that down if I make a proper course out of it. So a lot of the things in this course here, if we open up, give me a second to go to laptop screen and me. I've been working with ChatGPT to help put this structure together. Why wouldn't you use that? Whether it's ChatGPT or some other LLM, the irony that I use ChatGPT when it's so closed source and anti-proprietary, but path of least resistance, I've got to get this done. I've got enough things on my plate already without looking into other AI solutions when that's right there. It's a real shame. I'm paying for it and everything. Yet, since I'm paying for that, why would I go and pay for PHP Storm when I've got a path forward? Anyhow, enough about my internal psychology. Let's move on to going down this course. So what I've done is I've done a most basic outline for the course. Got a plan to set up a repository with some sample files we can use. There's a comparison of these different options: LazyVim, PHP Storm, VS Code, etc. We go through that comparison. This is not what this video is about. This is going to get reviewed again later. It's a basic structure. We've got our course outline here, understanding what's Vim, what's NeoVim, what's LazyVim, what is Drupal Vim, how do they all fit together and work together, setting up the environment, setting up NeoVim. So that's pretty much where this focus is today, is the installing NeoVim and getting an understanding of what NeoVim itself is, how you configure it, what configuration options it's got at a very basic level, so that we can set up and move on to the next part, which is understanding LazyVim. Now, as soon as you start building a course, you can already see that we're going to have to go and create a Git repository to run this course through. Also, I'm going to want to keep my site clean, so at some point I'm going to need to go and set up a virtual machine. I'm a little bit stuck because my hard drive's filling up with space. I've got a remote rsync cloud host, and that's starting to fill up with archival footage of YouTube videos and things. Putting a virtual machine on here, I can probably go and get a cloud machine, but I want to already plan to do that to go and set up Nextcloud in a free tier, probably at Oracle, because I was speaking to the guys at Flounder, which is Floss Down Under, subset of Linux Australia. I was talking to those guys, and they put me on to using Oracle's cloud for the free tier cloud service there. So I've got things that are in the way as well. I've got to buy some hard drives soon. I've been flipping things on eBay, and I just made a sale at maybe a few $100s, so I've earmarked that money but I can't spend it yet until the deal's gone through and they've got that product in their hands. I don't want to count that profit yet, but I'm going to reinvest it into buying some equipment to help put some hard drives on the side so I'll get moving. But all aside from that, I'm going to need this sort of virtual machine in order to do this course cleanly, because I've gone and installed NeoVim. I guess I could clean it from scratch. Like I've got NVim installed here on my machine now, along with LazyVim. Where's this go away? Go away. And why is it back? Go away. Yeah. So I guess I could just uninstall it and delete the configs. Not going to hurt to help me understand what I'm doing, but that's a very big iteration. Do a bit, go back to scratch. Do it a bit, go back to scratch. Funny how other projects, so I've got another project that I did for getting ready for my Drupal course that could automate a browser click-throughs and stuff, which is great. But for this, I think it'd be really great for it to spin up a little Docker instance, go into that Docker environment and actually run the commands step by step, have that automated in a script to do that, to show how to set up NeoVim and even open Vim and edit the files and stuff. I've got a tool that can automate all that stuff, so I'm thinking about using that too. Don't know yet. For the moment, I'm just designing the basic outline of the course and learning it for myself. So a lot of preamble here, isn't there? So basically, you're just going to follow me working today while I go through and refine this course from that perspective of just that part about what is NeoVim, and expand on that. Beyond what is NeoVim, we're going to do learning the configs of it. Now, we've got some of this started already. I'm a bit lost down here. This is working with ChatGPT, you know. Don't know what, that's not the right section for that. I think we should just... we might have to go and have a look at this later. Someone who's done some other things about NeoVim. So I'm borrowing that myself. But here's the coverage of getting comfortable with NeoVim. So we've got bits of here. What is LazyVim? What is Drupal? So you go. Start right here. I'm sorry I can't zoom on this. I don't know how to zoom. Actually, why don't we ask ChatGPT after all that talk about it? In Obsidian Notes, how do I zoom? I spelled it wrong. Obsidian? See what it tells me. Yeah, no, all right, we'll figure this out. What? Obsidian's zoom functionality can be affected by different keyboard layouts. Yeah, no. For instance, users with the non-English layouts have reported no. It's not meeting my needs. It's not working at all. You might consider using Obsidian Zoom Community plugin. You said it was a core plugin. Why is there a plugin for it? Let's Let me the configs. This is confusing. Come on, this is the... Oh, now you work. Well, it works now. Don't know why it wasn't before. Okay, well, now we've got zooming working. Great, 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 great. All right. So where was I at? I don't know what the scoop thing is in these windows. We'll edit that later. Open NeoVim and understand modes. All right, so let's get this Git repo happening. We'll initialize that, git status, git add. Oh, do we want it in that position? Wrong file. Let's go back to... No, I thought you closed all that. Here we go. Yeah, that should be though in my history up here. Oh no, it's right at the top. I've got this. Exercises intro to NeoVim. So we're just going to make a folder to put this sample text file in a Git repo. Git status, git add. First sample file for LazyVim tutorial. Alright, now we want to make a Git repo. You don't want to watch all this while I go and make a Git repo, do you? Nope. What did we call it? Call it LazyVim for PHP. It should already be on main. All right, let's push it up to Git. Neat. Let's get rid of it. Now, what do I want to do? to remove NVim. Actually, you know where the config files are for NVim? Right here. Yeah, right, just plain old NVim. Now, I don't remember how to remove a package on I'm not on Arch, I'm on Manjaro, but that seems to get a better result. Mine's R, you reckon? Yeah, the whole lot. Let's just go back to this. Now just make sure my snapshots aren't taking up too much space. Let's get rid of them all. We're good. Worst case is I reinstall everything. Let's get rid of NVim entirely. No more NVim. NVim. Didn't I just uninstall that? What? What do you mean target not found? Oh, I hate that. Go away. Oh, now you break. So, NeoVim. not NVim. Okay. Now we should be clean. Nice. Okay. Now we can go through my exercises. Right from the beginning. See how this goes. And we don't have the Manjaro section here. All right. What do we do next? Getting comfortable with it. Now that you've installed NeoVim, let's take some time to explore it before installing LazyVim. NeoVim builds on Vim's foundation but introduces modern enhancements such as LSP support, Lua-based configuration, and better plugin management. We'll want to expand what LSP is, because no one will know at this point. We don't want that here. Step 1, open NeoVim and understand the modes. I might add a note here. You'll see a blank screen with no menus or toolbars. NeoVim, like Vim, follows this philosophy of staying out of your way. NVim. It's not really a blank screen. There's a menu there. Next. Press some keys and observe. Type pressing the arrow. You won't let you type. Letters ABC, nothing appears. Numbers 1, 2, 3, still nothing. Cool. Cool. Oops. Did I press I or something? That's weird. That's not unexpected. See, we're learning something. This is good. This is good. So that's not correct. All right, back to here. Now that might be what happens in plain old Vim. Let's double check. Vim. No, it does start typing. The arrows do nothing. What does Vi do? All right, let's rewrite this bit. You're absolutely right. Instead of telling users to just mash random keys, we should guide them through a controlled exploration of normal mode without triggering unintended behavior. Yes. That's not right. No. NVim. A. B. No, man. No. All right. Okay, that'll do. But it's a bit confusing. I didn't mean to press enter. Stop. My mind would be screaming, why? Why A, S, or I? What are the differences? We don't want to deep dive here. But as a student, this would be confusing. Cool. You're absolutely right. Instead of just telling student A to and we explain briefly why. Yes, we should. Okay, so let's take this. This is annoying. I like this one. Let's take this. Bring this in here. Step 1A, understanding normal mode without triggering insert mode. Don't need that. Observe how NeoVim behaves when you press different keys in normal mode. Open NeoVim. And where's the rest of it? Where's the rest of it? What are you doing? Copy all of it. All of it. Open all of it. All of it. All of that. What? Oh, don't make me copy it all little bits at a time. What is that? You make me copy this whole damn page and then strip it out. No, not this bit. Where does it get down to then? Open NeoVim. Press the arrow keys. Nothing. Press H, J, and K. Oh, nothing. So, oh, why do you keep... We went through this before, ChatGPT. No. Yeah, we need to fix the learning flow so the student's not confused. All right. Come on. In an it's over complicating things. See if that's enough instructions to get what I need. Yeah, that's right. Just enough so students understand why nothing happens at first and how to start working. So all we want. Understanding normal mode without movement yet. Fine. But you're gonna give me this. Come on. Make me copy the whole thing. It's so annoying. Finalized step 1A, understanding normal mode without understanding normal mode without movement yet. Don't need that. Exercise. Open NeoVim and observe behavior. What do you see? Completely blank screen. No, we don't. No, we don't. Right. Give him a screenshot. Let's rewrite this section. A welcome screen with the NeoVim version number at the top. Some instructions on how to exit. Check the system health and access help. Give me a sec. Righto. What do we got? What do we got? Should I add that bit? I think so. I'll always remove it later. That's annoying. Type NVim. We see a welcome screen with NeoVim version number at the top. Neat. Some instructions on how to exit, check system health and access help. Interesting. Check health. A blank line on the bottom showing no name indicating the file isn't open yet. Cool. Try pressing some keys, letters A, B, C, nothing appears on screen. I keep telling ChatGPT not to say that. That's not true. That's not the case at all. We've been through this multiple times. What have we got now? Right? Exercise. Observe how NeoVim behaves when you press different keys. I'm sure we covered that earlier. Come on. You people talking in the background. No. I'm sure we covered this. That's better. This is where it was. Take this bit. And for some reason ChatGPT stopped copying everything after a code block. Like you copy down here and it just copies this bit. It's so annoying. It doesn't copy all this and everything else down here. You've got to copy the whole message with all its crap. And then clean it out again. I don't want to create a file so we can start editing. No. See what we get. See what we get. See if we get lucky. Before we dive into Lazy, what are you doing? No, I'm not. See where we're at. See how this goes. Before we dive into using LazyVim for PHP and Drupal, we need to ensure that our environment is correctly set up. This section will guide you through installing NeoVim, setting up LazyVim, and configuring the necessary tools for PHP and Drupal. So no, we'll come back to that. Now that NeoVim is installed. What do you mean now that NeoVim is installed? We haven't... Ah. What have we got now? Why are you installing LazyVim? No. Now that NeoVim is installed, which we did up there, this needs to go all right. So now we're cleaning up. Opening NeoVim for the first time, understanding NeoVim's mode. Now that NeoVim is installed, let's take a moment to understand how it works before we move on to LazyVim. NeoVim follows Vim's modal editing philosophy, which means it has different modes for different tasks. Understanding these modes is essential before we start working with files and configurations. Opening NeoVim for the first time. When you start NeoVim, you'll see a welcome screen displaying the version number, some basic commands, and a status bar at the bottom showing no name. This means that NeoVim is running but has no file open yet. Great. NeoVim operates in different modes, each serving a specific purpose. Normal mode. This is the mode you start in, used for navigation and executing commands. Pressing most keys in this mode does not insert text, but instead runs commands, e.g. X deletes a character, DD deletes a line. Insert mode, typing mode. This is the mode where you can type normally. Enter insert mode by pressing I. Insert before the cursor, A, append after the cursor, open a new line below the cursor. Exit insert mode by pressing escape. Not sure if I like it. Okay, cool. All right, fine. come on, let me just give you some notes on this bit. All right, so just want to make this bit a bit clearer for the student, right? Should be fine now. You didn't do... okay, cool. You just stuck it there. That's fine. That'll do. That'll do. Understanding these modes is essential before we start working with files and configurations. That's not the right spot. Put it here. That's better. NeoVim operates in different modes, each serving a specific purpose, blah, 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 blah. Exercise. Switching between modes. Open NeoVim. Okay, cool, we can put it up there. You have not done so already. Enter insert mode, press I and type hello NeoVim. Cool. Exit insert mode, press escape. Enter command mode, and then enter command mode. There's a whole heap of stuff missing here now. So sucky. How do I not get rid of that? It's all great stuff, good stuff. we jump down here now, we've got a bit. We've got to make this end up with them quitting though. Being a pain in the ass. Is that all we needed, you reckon? Is that all we need? I guess Click said they understand that. Cool. All right. Give me way too much. You're just gonna all that writing just to make that small change. Fine. Okay, fine. Practice basic movement in NeoVim using a structured sample file. So let's do this now. What? Ah, why aren't you using my key? Oh, of course it's... What? It should be publicly available. Why wouldn't it? Works now. Okay. Excellent. Remind them to exit. Okay. Oof. I'm going to take a break, go get a coffee, be back in a minute. See ya. Alright. Back. Why are we down here and installing LazyVim? Because we've just cloned this thing. We've done that work. Okay. But we don't want to install LazyVim next. That's not the next section we want to do. We want to work with NeoVim. Have we got any down here later from before? Install linters, formatters, enable debugging, verify setup. That's a double up. Install linters, formatters. There's duplicates here, and there's missing stuff from config. There was a section here where we did config. Here we go. Why has that gone missing here? I just want to get this bit, stick it in here. Why did it jump down there? Don't jump down there. Piece this together. So let's leave that there for a second. Okay. And covered that up above. We've covered that. NeoVim's default configuration is minimal. Unlike Vim, does not use a .vimrc file, instead configuration installed. And this is the bit that we updated. Didn't we have an updated section? Yeah. think I made a mess. NeoVim's default configuration is minimal. Unlike Vim, it does not use a .vimrc file. Instead, configuration is stored in one of two files. Old methods, still supported but not recommended, is home.config/nvim init.vim. This was introduced as a Vim-like alternative before Lua support existed in NeoVim. Great news. Modern method recommended /config nvim.init.lua. Introduced in NeoVim 0.5, this is the preferred way to configure NeoVim. If both files exist, NeoVim will use init.lua and ignore init.vim. Nice. To set up a new NeoVim configuration using the modern Lua method, let's go with this. This should not exist now. Yep. So let's make it. Make that. Nice. Then add some basic settings. Save and restart NeoVim. See, no. We expanded on this. Okay, so I don't think I've made that structured course file. Yeah. Yep, all this stuff. Instead of telling students to open a file and test navigation, we did that. Can we copy just this? Will it copy? Will it copy? No, see, it just copies down to this and then... So annoying the way it does that. Never used to do that. So we're going to make this sample all right. All right. I already got that. That's in here. Rid of this. All right. Try and get this. Yes, to make the indentation setting more visual impact. Let's improve this thing so that we're going to do the line numbers later. And just deal with the indenting, and if we do the line numbers later, we can show how to edit the config file in a buffer and load it automatically. Tell ChatGPT to do that. We can remove the line numbers from the config file, not add them, and then just demonstrate the indenting. Keep the flow the same so that we exit out, make the config, exit the config, open the PHP file, and then fix the editing and save. After that, we want to use that later learning stuff. Here is our chance to open the NeoVim config without exiting first. Add the config to show line numbers and relative line numbers. And then load the config using the so command and see the configs. Numbers appear on the structured PHP file. I'm not sure if I think we should switch back to the structured PHP file before reloading config. See how this goes. See how it goes. I'm just going to bring this over, this Git to the other screen so I can use it over there. Go through this a bit at a time. Applying and verifying NeoVim configurations. Open the NeoVim configuration file in Init Lua, customize it. Change this line. Why did that? Focusing on the indentation settings. Add the following settings to thing. We'll get rid of those. That's it. What this does, ensures consistent indentation, converting tabs to spaces, automatically indents new lines on code structure, set tab width, indentation sizes to 4 spaces. Save and close. Press escape to return to normal mode, type WQ. Reopen the PHP file and observe the changes. You should now notice that new lines maintain. Why is it not New lines maintain proper indentation based on the previous line. However, indentation issues in the existing code will not be automatically fixed. Inside NeoVim, run the following command. What this does: open the NeoVim configuration without exiting. Here we go. We're missing a step between and of course if we run without first saving the indenting fixes we just did on the structured PHP file, then we get an error. We could override and not save our changes. Is that a good idea for this exercise? Good catch. We need to explicitly save the indentation fixes before opening init.lua, but we should also explain why ignoring changes with E is an option and when it might be useful. All right, now, so let's save, go away, let's save, and then do init lua. Right, and now we want to go back to where we were before. Add these line numbers stuff. Right. We save that, do the save. Now, I'm going to do open NeoVim configuration without exiting. I've got that twice. Add the line numbers to the bottom. Enables absolute line numbers for easy reference. Enables relative line numbers, making movement shortcuts easier. Save the config and switch back. Save the config and switch back to the PHP file. Press escape. Type W. BP previous. I want to know if there's an easier way than typing that command. It's a long, be previous is a long command. Oops, not exactly what I wanted to do. You Go back. Please act as a NeoVim expert. Is there a faster way using default config to switch buffers besides going to command mode and typing? Where's be previous? Okay, what were we doing next then? Let's go have a look. Okay, now it's part 9. Reload the config without restarting NeoVim. Now apply the new settings without restarting. All right, so do I want to, where did we get up to? We're about to do plugins, but we want to check that this source works. So let's go back to Scratch. Let's delete the configs. Config, NVim, all of it. Vim. Woo! Okay, so let's check this. Installing NeoVim, getting comfortable with NeoVim. Opening NeoVim for the first time. Run NVim. When you start NeoVim, you'll see a welcome screen displaying the version number, some basic commands, and the status bar at the bottom showing no name. This means that NeoVim is running but has no file open yet. Do you reckon we can copy this straight into Obsidian? Like this? Yeah, neat. Cool. Cool. What next? Understanding NeoVim's mode. This section provides an overview of how NeoVim operates. You do not need to take any actions yet. Practical exercise will follow. Later will follow. NeoVim operates in different modes, each serving a specific purpose. Normal mode, default mode. This is the mode you start in, used for navigation and executing commands. Passing most keys in this mode does not insert text, but instead runs commands. X deletes a character, DD deletes a line. Insert mode, typing mode. This is the mode where you can type normally. Enter insert mode by pressing I, insert before the cursor, A, append after the cursor, or O, open a line below the cursor. Exit insert mode by pressing escape. Command mode for running commands. Press colon to enter command mode. You'll see a colon appear at the bottom. Type a command, then press enter to execute it. Example commands. Q, quit NeoVim. W, save the file. WQ, save and quit. Help, open help documentation. Press escape to return to normal mode. Exercise, switching between modes. Open NeoVim if you have not done so already. We have done so already. Enter insert mode by press I and type hello NeoVim. Hello NeoVim. Exit insert mode by press escape. Enter command mode, press colon, you should see a colon at the bottom. Exit command mode, press escape, returns to normal mode. Quit NeoVim, use colon Q bash to quit without saving changes. Key concept, you start normal mode, use insert mode to type text, use command mode to run commands, always press escape to return to normal mode. Exercise, practice basic movement in NeoVim using the structured sample file. Oh, we shouldn't be in here. Commit, push that up. What? Let's move that over to CD to this. Hold on, go back. What do you mean? Okay, we do it from here. I thought we were in workspace. We weren't. Okay, now NVim sample text file.txt. Right, we do all these instructions, you know, follow the instructions inside the file. Each section will guide you step by step through different navigation commands. Read the instructions carefully and perform the actions as you go. Key movement commands you'll practice. H, J, K, W, E, B, challenge yourself. Can you jump to the last paragraph? Quick, NeoVim, use quick. There, so K, J, H, L, back and forth, HL, moving, W, W, E, B, W, B, E, okay, G, jump up, whoops. What did I do? Jump up some paragraphs, jump down some paragraphs. Scroll up, scroll down, scroll up, scroll down. Quit. That's a great point. That. Understanding NeoVim's configuration. NeoVim's default configuration is minimal. Unlike Vim, it does not use a .vimrc file. Instead, configuration is stored in one of two files. Old method, still supported but not recommended, is init.vim. This was introduced as a Vim-like alternative before Lua support existed in NeoVim. Modern method recommendations. I'm going to update this to say. Force to edit. Bring this over here. Let's give more context to the old method. That if the student is an experienced Vim user, they can bring their existing config, their existing vim.rc over by copying it to init.vim. Alright, NeoVim's default configuration is minimal. Unlike Vim, it does not use a .vimrc file. Instead, configuration is stored in one of two files. The old method, still supported but not recommended. To config.vim. If you're coming from Vim and already have a .vimrc file, you can copy it over to config and vim.vim to bring your existing settings into NeoVim. This method was introduced as a Vim-like alternative before Lua support existed in NeoVim. It still works, but Lua configuration offers more flexibility and performance benefits. Modern method recommended. Config NVim init.lua. Introduced in NeoVim 0.5, this is the preferred way to configure NeoVim. Lua is faster, more readable for complex configurations and enables advanced features and plugin management. If both files exist, NeoVim will use init.lua and ignore init.vim. If you're an experienced Vim user, transitioning to NeoVim, starting with init.vim can help make the switch smoother, but as you become more comfortable, moving to init.lua will unlock the full power of NeoVim. How to create a basic config file. To set up a new NeoVim configuration using the modern Lua method, first we make the nvim config directory, and then we edit the config file and add some basic settings. No, we don't. No, what's going on? That's jumping the gun. Should I use init.vim or init.lua? Oh man, I updated that bit. Went and updated that bit before and we already had this here. Let's go change that all back. Let's get rid of this. Gone. It's only a 4 and then 2. We'll get these numbers sorted out later. Apply a basic configuration file, adjusting the NeoVim's display and indentation settings. Next, modify init.lua, see the changes in the structured PHP file. Open the provided NVim. Now we've got to undo this. Observe this formatting. Okay, cool. We've got that. Take note of what you see. There are no line numbers visible yet. The status bar at the bottom shows the file name, number, and lines cursor. Some indentation might appear inconsistent, but NeoVim isn't yet enforcing rules. Let's grab this. Oh. Okay, the tab width indentation settings may not be uniform. Exit NeoVim before proceeding. If you haven't made any changes, type :Q. If you accidentally type something and NeoVim warns you with a 307, this is Open the file. Cool. Add the following. Ensures consistent indentation, automatically indents new lines based on code structure, sets tab width and indentation sizes to 4 spaces, save and close. Escape. Right, quit. Reopen the file and observe the changes. You should notice the following differences. However, indentation issues in the existing code will not be automatically fixed. To apply the new formatting rules to the entire file, follow the next step. Inside NeoVim, run the following command. This command re-indents the entire file, making it conform to the new settings. Save the file. Open the NeoVim configuration without exiting by using E. Cool. Add the line numbers to the bottom. It doesn't matter where we add them, just add them. Escape and save. Now we do BP. Reload the config without restarting NeoVim. Neat. Cool. That's pretty good. We've got that far. Whew. And now we're on to basic plugins without LazyVim. Cool. Before installing LazyVim, let's install a single plugin manually using NeoVim's native package system. Create a directory for plugins. See how we go. We're in new territory now. Oh, we've got to exit first. Let's go and update this as we go. Oh. Right. Before installing LazyVim, let's install a single plugin manually using NeoVim's native package system. Exit NeoVim if it's still open from the previous exercise. Create a directory for plugins. Clone a plugin into it, e.g. Vim airline or status bar. Let's do this again. Great. Let's not be that vague, be explicit. Let the user know that we are going to use Vim airline or choose status bar if it's better for demo, and explain why we chose that particular plugin. And what is Vim airline? Before installing LazyVim, let's install a single plugin manually using NeoVim's native package system. Exit NeoVim if it's still open. We've done that. Create a directory for your plugins. We've done that. Install Vim Airline, a lightweight status bar. We're going to install Vim Airline, a lean and fast status tab line that enhances NeoVim's UI. It's lightweight, optimized for speed. It provides a clean, modern status line at the bottom of each NeoVim window. It's a great way to immediately see that a plugin is installed and working. Cool. We're going to install Vim Airline, install it by running. What happened to you? Why do you bugger up like that? I think we've already done this bit. Yeah. Let's do it from here. Cool. That's it, and run open NeoVim and run echo status line. Yeah. Didn't do crap. Oh, the git clone didn't go into the right spot. Ah, see. It's my bad. You're right, the question is, since we're transitioning to LazyVim later, we don't need them to experiment with installing. Earlier said, so which is it? Native package manager or no package manager? Nah, we don't do that in the next section. The next section is exploring NeoVim's native features, such as term. We will explore LazyVim later, not next. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, what's my phone say? Nothing fun. All right. I need to go get some more coffee again. Maybe we've got to update this a bit first. Let's give this whole section, we're good now. Installing a basic plugin manually without LazyVim. Before installing LazyVim, let's install a single plugin manually using NeoVim built-in package system. While this is technically a way to manage plugins, most NeoVim users prefer a dedicated plugin manager for easy installation, updates, and configuration. We're going to install Vim Airline, a clean and it's lightweight, provides cleaners, great installing by. Now we should see this thing. All right. Beauty. Exploring built-in NeoVim features. NeoVim introduces built-in LSP support, an embedded terminal, and asynchronous operations. All right, so now want to have another chat because that introduces concepts such as LSP and asynchronous operations, but does not explain what these are, demo them, or anything. Great exercise to demo the term. Should we expand this exercise, this section, or create separate ones? Okay, this is a problem. Showing off the use of term is great, but we're going to move on to LazyVim soon, and that here we are starting introduce topics like Mason, which feels too soon. We are also having to sort out setting up things like PHP-CS, which is way too soon. Those can be covered later when we move on to working with LazyVim. We are just wanting to familiarize the student with NeoVim core enough to understand what LazyVim is in contrast and what it offers. So I don't mind introducing these topics, but we need to do it in such a way that we avoid a deep dive and needing to set up what skeleton? What do you call that? Infrastructure? No, what do you call it? What's that word? Scaffolding. Scaffolding. we want to communicate that this stuff can all be set up in NeoVim native, but things like LazyVim make it much easier. Okay, cool. Whoa. Coffee time. Back soon. All right, you're spot on. Right now we're touching on Mason, LSP and PHP CS way too early, which forces students into set up tasks before they even fully grasp why they would want those features in the first place. How do we fix this? Introduce these topics at a high level. Just enough for students to know they exist and why they're useful. Avoid deep setup steps, mentioning things like LSP formatting and async can be configured manually, but that LazyVim does it for us automatically later. Keep it practical and lightweight, only showing what's built into NeoVim itself without jumping into external tooling. Updated approach, introducing features without overloading the student. NeoVim introduces built-in features that make it more powerful than classic Vim. These include an embedded terminal, LSP support, asynchronous operations. Okay, I love it. Are there any other features introduced by NeoVim that are demonstrating that the student may find of value and interest. Oh, neat. Alright, I'm getting tired. I need to come back to this later. You can apply the syntax just with G equals G. In fact, we already demoed that in this course. Alright, I'm out. See ya.